The Baltic Sea began to develop after the Ice Age over 7,000 years ago. The Straits of Denmark opened up and salty water from the North Sea started to flow into the then freshwater lake Ancylus. Today, about 90 million people live in the sphere of influence and catchment area of the current Baltic Sea. During this program, we'll get to know the northern parts of the Baltic Sea. The Baltic Sea is one of the most beautiful seas in the world. The rocks and stony shores, luscious muddy deltas, sand beaches, meadows by the shores, uplift shores, and the versatile archipelago offer sheltered environments for the bird population. Many people consider time spent at sea or on the beach so-called quality time. Their minds rest and senses refresh as the silver waves lap or a storm grabs the grey, strong waves. The versatile sea offers magnificent visual experiences. No wonder the sea has inspired artists throughout history. The Baltic Sea has always been used as a passageway. Important commercial harbors have been born on its shores. During summer, over 500 merchant ships roam the sea areas of Finland every day. In 2009, about 20 oil tankers a day traveled within our sea areas. Indeed, the Gulf of Finland is one of the world's busiest sea areas. The increase in sea traffic means that harbors, too, need to grow. However, the increase in sea traffic and oil transportation, regardless of their importance, forms one of the biggest threats to the Baltic Sea environment. The risk of accidents in these narrow and rocky fairways is quite different from the vast oceans of the world. Shipwrecking has always been a possibility to mariners. Indeed, divers learn many stories looking at the sea bottom. Merchant ship Ro Maria was on its way from Amsterdam to St. Petersburg when it shipwrecked and sank in September 1771. Everyday merchandise went down with the ship, as well as artwork meant for Russian Empress Catherine the Great. Divers found the shipwreck in 1999. Development often requires its victims. The Vallasari Lighthouse area also has a fairly tragic history. At the beginning of the 19th century, 5 ships shipwrecked in these rocky waters during one single night. The need for a lighthouse was urgent. The task of designing the lighthouse was given to the French Eiffel Engineering Office, who later designed the Eiffel Tower. Lighthouses, pilot stations, and the houses of lighthouse keepers form a part of our valuable building and cultural heritage, as well as the history of navigation. Thanks to automated lighthouses and modern technology, lighthouse keepers no longer have to live in the lighthouses. Many lighthouses have made new residents out of travelers. Today, sea traffic is guided and monitored through modern technology, helping ships maintain their course.
Okei, ei vastaan tulevia eikä mitään muuta kuin huomautet. Joo, hei.
Joo, Randa. No niin, olemme lähdössä merelle muutaman minuutin kuluttua syväväylän kautta. Joo, Randan merelle länsistamasta syväväylää pitkin. Muutaman minuutin kuluttua ja siellä on vastaantulena Star.
The Baltic Sea truly is a dangerous sea. Nevertheless, the sturdy lighthouses and various sea marks in the middle of the sea or on the shoals still act as safe signs, showing the mariners the way home. As night sets on the sea, they begin to flash like shining lanterns in a sauna. You're on the right course. The unique archipelagos of the Baltic Sea are located in the archipelago sea between Turku, Helsinki, and Stockholm. The islands are like jewels. A geological phenomenon, the slow uplift of ground, continuously creates new islands, shoals, and islets. We can still see how nature continues to develop as a result of the Ice Age. In 2006, this archipelago area was accepted in the UNESCO World Heritage List as the only Finnish natural heritage site. The water of the Baltic Sea tastes different from the oceans. It's less salty. Salty water flows to the Baltic Sea from the North Sea, while the rivers in the catchment area convey fresh water to the sea. This combination keeps the water very low in salt. Unfortunately, the river waters also carry plenty of nutrients from the fields, industry, settlement, etc. to the Baltic Sea, resulting in eutrophication, which demonstrates itself as algae and overgrowth. The special nature of the sea, such as shallowness and its vast catchment area, makes the Baltic Sea extremely vulnerable, even to the extent that it is considered to be one of the world's most endangered seas. Reducing pollutions in the catchment area, research on the sea, and extensive ongoing projects and procedures aimed at protecting and reviving the sea are vital to the well-being of the sea and all living beings. Some people think we come from the sea. Who knows? At least the building stock in the archipelago and shores indicate that humans have always felt at home by the sea. Modern humans like to live close to water as well. Over the centuries, old culture cities have been born along the Baltic Sea. Cities where the sea is always present. Over time, the refreshing beaches and archipelagos of the cities have turned the citizens into mariners, faced with open sea. A ship leaving the dock, white sails, and then the exhilarating feeling of freedom. The Baltic Sea is important, vital to the countries surrounding it. The sea has always brought bread to the table. Even today, navigation, fishing, and sea travel create significant well-being to the people and societies in the Baltic Sea region. The fear of the Baltic Sea being faced by irreparable ecological danger has brought people to take action against eutrophication. An ever-increasing number of Finnish companies, communities, and foundations have committed themselves to the protection of northern nature and the Baltic Sea by taking the environmental effects of their own business operations into consideration. Airline Finnair does its share by participating in the Baltic Sea research. It's modernizing its fleet and using the shortest intercontinental air routes, saving fuel and creating less pollution. Many of the cities of the Baltic Sea states have already taken action by, for example, modernizing their sewage treatment plants. These new plants are efficient in removing phosphor and nitrogen, which are the main reasons for eutrophication. The measures taken in the St. Petersburg plant have already resulted in improvements in the Gulf of Finland, for example, reducing the amount of blue-green algae in the area. The Baltic Sea and its state are under constant monitoring. Oceanic vessel Aranda, which belongs to the Finnish Environment Institute, conducts extensive, versatile, and year-round marine research. One of the most important observation equipment of marine research in the vessel is its temperature salinity sounder. 12 water samplers have been attached to the sounder, taking water samples from desired depths. This effective monitoring voyage in the Gulf of Finland studied the nutrient and oxygen levels, acidity, salinity, hydrogen sulfide, nitrate and phosphate in the sea.
Näissä ei juurikaan ammoniakin näytä olevan.
Täällä on fosfaatin referenssillä sellaista taustajua ajetaan. Täällä on nitraatti, nitriitti.
Nyt tässä näkyy, että tässä on useistava tämä väri eri pohjassa on happea.
In addition to water samples, the crew of Aranda lifted up the water flow meters planted in the sea in the spring. The Baltic Sea is common to us all living beings. Every man's right allows us to use the sea for various recreational purposes. Cable ferries and archipelago ferries take residents back to their homes and tourists to enjoy the maritime nature. The Finnish coastline harbors plenty of sheltered natural ports where boaters can temporarily anchor and spend the night, unless it's specifically forbidden during, for example, bird nesting. The northern nature offers unforgettable, amazing aesthetic experiences regardless of the season. These experiences are magnified at sea or at the shore. Each year, the arrival of spring is equally exhilarating. Little by little, the sea carefully abandons its white blanket. Fishermen return to the shores. Hazel bloom with long yellow catkins and migrating birds arrive. The nature of the archipelago is preparing for summer. The little yellow succulent sedum is a true survivor of the archipelago. It finds a place to grow in the smallest of cracks between stones. Soon, the entire archipelago will be blooming with flowers. During summer, people, too, seek the proximity of water. The Midsummer Festival, Johannes, with its different traditions, is still an essential part of a Finnish summer. Way too soon, summer begins to fade into fall. Birds gather to make their travel plans. Berries ripen to be picked, and fallen field grains are ready to be eaten. Life on the coast and at sea slows down until the winds pick up, the sea turns dark, and the waves beat against the rocks. Only a lone white-tailed eagle remains, soaring on the clear fall skies. Sometimes the cooling waters bring thousands of moon jellyfish to the shore. The Baltic Sea at winter may suddenly feel dreary. The wind blows in the open sea. Ships push through icy slush until the ice is so thick the icebreakers have no choice but to get the work. Winter is especially challenging, even dangerous, to the sea traffic. The thick ice may easily guide the ship off its course and lead it to the shoals, prowling close by. Fortunately, serious accidents have been avoided so far, although there have been many close calls. Indeed, solid expertise is vital when steering a ship in the wintry Baltic. However, to us, the people of the North, the sea at winter brings great joy. Fishing is the favorite hobby of many Finns since early childhood. For the actual fishing industry, the Baltic Sea is a vital sea with an interesting fishery. Both large marine fish and original freshwater fish swim side by side in the sea. One important, although underappreciated, fish is the Baltic herring. Today, a trawler caught the best catch of the summer, 16 tons of Baltic herring for animal feed. Naturally, the hold also contains fresh Baltic herring for humans as well. All you need is salt, rye flour, some butter on a frying pan, and soon you'll have a meal ready to be enjoyed. Ready-made Baltic herring delicacies can be bought, for example, at the Baltic Herring Market. The Baltic Sea is also the home of edible blue mussels, but they're too small for human food. The traditional cultural scenery of the archipelago can still be seen. Fishing villages, which are only accessible via ferries or cable ferries, form a visible part of built marine cultural scenery. The red buildings, some of which are now used as summer houses, blend in beautifully with the environment. The versatile nature of the archipelago offers ideal conditions for animals and birds. Grazing plays a vital part in the preservation of coastline meadows and in maintaining an open scenery. The archipelagos and the shorelines offer more than just fish to feed people. One of the delicious wild berries on the shore is the sea buckthorn. Its golden yellow, tart berries ripen in the fall, and they're packed with vitamin C. Eleanor Ostrom, the winner of the Nobel Memorial Prize in Economic Sciences in 2009, is known to have said that the environment can only heal when people commit to it. This sea and its surroundings and the northern nature form a true cornucopia. In order to prevent it from drying up, it takes strong commitment to allow future human, animal, organism and plant species to live in and enjoy this unique environment. We only have one Baltic Sea.